On a cold Sunday afternoon in Cleveland, the Browns season hit rock bottom, and it happened in front of thousands of stunned fans and millions more watching the clips online. For weeks, frustration had been simmering just below the surface, but now it has officially boiled over. The Browns' 2-7 record speaks for itself, but the real story lies in a sideline argument between rookie sensation Shedeur Sanders and head coach Kevin Stefanski, a moment that sparked a viral firestorm and left fans questioning the future of the franchise.
Hold on. Oh my God, let's watch that again. Watch this. Dylan Gabriel, an NFL quarterback, just did. What are we talking about? I swear to you, if Shedeur Sanders doesn't come out in the second half of this football game, yeah, my guy right there, it's time. That was the crazy, that dude's an NFL quarterback. I might just jump ship. I might go all in on Bills Mafia. If Shedeur doesn't play today, it's Bills Mafia. I'm going to jump through a table and just make it official by the end of the day. Oh my God, you got to be. All right, I might jump through a table.
Cameras caught the two in a heated exchange after yet another failed drive led by Dylan Gabriel, and fans noticed the frustration all over Shedeur's face. This wasn't just a disagreement, it looked like a breaking point. Social media erupted instantly. Some fans are accusing Stefanski of sabotaging Sanders' development. Others are questioning why the Browns traded away valuable assets, drafted Sanders with immense hype, and still refused to let him see the field, especially when the starting quarterback is crumbling under pressure week after week. The video of the argument spread faster than any highlight, and what's worse, the body language from both sides sent a message even louder than their words. This team is broken, and the collapse isn't silent, it's public. Adding yet another twist in the saga, legendary Harlem rapper Max B made his unexpected return to the public eye at this very game, shouting "Free Shedeur" in support of the rookie quarterback. The viral moment didn't just catch the attention of fans, it became symbolic. To many, it reflects exactly how the culture feels. Shedeur has earned the spotlight, and the decision to hold him back has now become the center of national attention.
Hey, how you doing today?
What's good, beloved? Max Biggervale.
What's your name? Where you from?
Max Biggervale, New York, New York.
Yes, sir.
Fresh out the can.
Damn.
Off of 18 stretch.
Damn.
They gave me 7 and 5, but I'm back.
Yes, sir. You're back. And describe your fit for us right quick.
Oh, man, it's Louis Vuitton.
Damn.
All the way down to the sneaks.
Max B's presence, freshly released after 18 years behind bars, creates an emotional and symbolic contrast. A call for liberation in a space where leadership feels dictated and constrained. And while fans might have expected controversy between players and coaches to remain behind closed doors, this fight is happening in the open. Cleveland isn't just playing bad football, they're showcasing dysfunction to the world. The argument between Shedeur and Stefanski didn't just happen. It represents the unraveling of trust, leadership, and direction within the Browns organization. Now, everyone from casual viewers to NFL insiders is tuned in, waiting to see what happens next. The biggest question swirling around Cleveland right now isn't when will they win? It's why is Shedeur Sanders still benched? The Browns' quarterback situation has transformed into a national storyline, and not in a good way. Dylan Gabriel, once seen as a stopgap solution, has quickly become the face of everything going wrong with the franchise.
Oh, baby, you got my jersey? What's good, baby? How you doing, bro? Yo, man, I'm waiting on you.
6 sacks, multiple missed reads, forced throws, and repeated offensive stalling have fans pulling their hair out, especially knowing a highly touted talent is standing just feet away, wearing a headset instead of a helmet. Each game that passes without Shedeur taking the field only adds fuel to the conspiracy theories. Is this about politics? Is it stubbornness? Or is it fear from a coaching staff that knows a single quarterback swap could expose every mistake they've made this season? Insiders whisper about contract clauses. Some believe Stefanski is resisting because he didn't want Sanders to begin with. Others think ownership is avoiding putting him in behind a weak offensive line to protect their long-term investment. Whatever the reason, the message is getting lost, and the locker room has started to pick sides. Even more troubling are the whispers leaking from within. Veterans want Shedeur, young players gravitate toward him. Reportedly, even assistant coaches are quietly losing faith in the current strategy. The divide is real. Every bad snap from Gabriel makes the tension more obvious, Every shot of Shedeur on the sideline with frustration in his eyes makes the narrative louder. The Browns are blocking their future, and the players know it. This isn't just team management, it's team denial. Meanwhile, fans have become the loudest voices in the room. Hashtags like #FreeShedeur and #BenchGabriel are trending after every loss. Memes, posts, videos, it's all pointed at the same message. Cleveland is holding itself back. Even longtime analysts are starting to peel back the layers, calling it one of the most bizarre quarterback situations in recent memory. A team in need of a spark is watching it happen from the bench. And through all this, Shedeur Sanders continues to handle the pressure the same way he has handled every moment since being drafted into the spotlight, with poise, professionalism, and control. That calmness may be the reason he's become a bigger leader off the field than Gabriel is on it. Because sooner or later, decisions have to be made. And if they aren't made fast, it won't just be this season that's lost. It'll be the locker room and the trust of every fan watching. Kevin Stefanski once looked like the future of coaching in Cleveland. Coach of the year, solid system, calm demeanor. That feels like a decade ago now. Instead, Stefanski has become the center of a toxic leadership storm that even the best PR team can't spin. The Browns' offense has become a punchline. Their locker room is fractured, their fan base is furious, and their most talented player isn't playing. What was once seen as strategic patience now looks like stubborn incompetence. The confrontation with Shedeur Sanders wasn't just a disagreement. It was the visual proof of everything people feared. Stefanski isn't just losing games, he's losing control. Reports of arguments with assistant coaches, clashes with ownership, and ignored suggestions from the front office have been swirling for weeks. The fight with Sanders only brought that chaos to the surface. A head coach who once commanded respect now looks like someone clinging on for survival. Behind closed doors, things are reportedly worse. Players have started to question Stefanski's intentions, and for NFL teams, that's often the beginning of the end. They've seen the mismanagement, they've felt the tension. They've watched Gabriel struggle game after game while a first-round pick rots on the bench. And with each loss, Stefanski's credibility shrinks. Every decision he makes is now viewed through the lens of potential bias or self-preservation. It's not about what's good for the team, it's about what protects him. Then there's the business side. Cleveland ownership is known for impatience, and losing money on failed decisions only makes things worse. From ticket sales to brand reputation, every Browns failure hits the franchise hard. The #Fire Stefanski movement isn't just a social media tantrum, it's a real conversation inside the Browns' walls. Some insiders claim Stefanski is already being evaluated week to week. Others say Shedeur's first snap might signal Stefanski's final one. When a coach loses trust, their system falls apart. And in Cleveland, we may be watching that collapse in real time. The game against the Jets might not just be chalked up as a bad loss. It could become the night Cleveland finally admitted what the fans already knew. Kevin Stefanski is out of answers. And once the team senses that reality, change becomes inevitable. What makes this situation even more surreal is the presence of Max B, a name that carries cultural weight in a completely different lane, yet somehow fits perfectly into the chaos surrounding the Cleveland Browns. His first public appearance after 18 years behind bars wasn't courtside at a Knicks game or performing at a welcome home concert. It was in the stands at one of the Browns' most dysfunctional games of the season, and with just 2 words, he set the internet on fire. Free Shedeur. To many, that moment was symbolic, a cultural bridge between the streets and the stadium, between hip-hop and NFL politics. Max B, a legend who has always stood for authenticity and independence, was siding with a rookie quarterback being held back by old-school control. The clip of him shouting those words became more than a meme. It became a rallying cry, not just for Browns fans, but for everyone watching the industry versus athlete battle unfold. His presence felt like a message across multiple worlds. This isn't just a football issue. It's about power, voice, and visibility. The kind of support Shedeur is receiving crosses beyond sports into culture, and that's what has the Browns organization truly rattled. Because when your controversy becomes a conversation outside the sport, you're no longer dealing with a team problem. It becomes a cultural narrative, and those are far harder to control. Max B embodied what so many were feeling, a demand for liberation, for freedom from outdated leadership decisions. His appearance didn't just go viral because of who he is, it went viral because of the timing. The irony of someone recently freed calling for someone else to be freed was too powerful to ignore. And for every fan who's doubted their team, that moment became a reminder. The people see what's happening, and they're done being silent. Whether intentional or not, Max B's arrival changed the conversation. It reminded everyone, players, fans, media, even ownership, that this saga has grown beyond football. Now it's about control, loyalty, and whether Cleveland will evolve or collapse under the weight of its own fear. The big question now facing the Browns is simple: what happens next? With the team at 2-7, Stefanski losing control, Gabriel struggling, and Shedeur Sanders visibly frustrated, Cleveland is facing a critical crossroads. The organization can no longer brush aside the reality. This situation is unsustainable. Either Shedeur plays, or this entire season becomes the ultimate example of organizational malpractice. And make no mistake, other teams are watching. Rumors are already starting to spread that teams like the Raiders, Broncos, and Falcons are monitoring the situation closely. Shedeur Sanders, despite not starting a single game, has become the most discussed quarterback in football. Executives see the mistakes Cleveland is making and are reportedly preparing bids if the Browns eventually cave to a trade demand. If Cleveland wants to stop that from happening, it needs to take action immediately, and that starts by giving Sanders the shot he's earned. But there's a deeper layer here. Every time Sanders doesn't see the field, the Browns are playing a dangerous game with their future. Quarterbacks are the lifeblood of franchises, and talented ones don't stay loyal to incompetence forever. If the Browns continue mishandling this situation, they're not just risking this season, they're risking the next decade. The future of the franchise is wearing a headset instead of a helmet, and if nothing changes soon, that future might leave altogether. Some believe this situation could be resolved through a change at head coach. Others think ownership is considering a full reset, new staff, new system, new direction. But one thing is clear, the fans won't be satisfied with excuses anymore, and neither will the players. All eyes are now on how Cleveland responds to the biggest internal crisis they've faced since the Johnny Manziel era. Only this time, it isn't about immaturity, it's about leadership failure. As the dust settles from the Jets game and the fallout continues to spread, one thing has become painfully clear. Cleveland is no longer in control of its own story. The narrative belongs to the public now, to the fans, the media, and everyone watching from the outside, stunned by how quickly a season full of promise has turned into chaos. And the tipping point? One argument, one viral moment, one clash between a rookie quarterback hungry for a chance and a head coach clinging to a system that no longer works. The pressure has reached its breaking point, and it isn't going away. Every game from this point forward isn't just a test of talent, it's a referendum on leadership, and not just Stefanski's leadership, but the Browns organization as a whole. Do they adapt or die? Do they empower their future or protect their pride? These aren't football questions, they're cultural ones, and Shedeur Sanders is the catalyst, whether Cleveland is ready or not. The irony is that the Browns' biggest rival right now isn't an opposing team, it's their own fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of changing, fear of admitting they've wasted time and talent. But pressure has a way of forcing evolution, and if this franchise wants to survive the fallout, it must begin with self-reflection. Not another press conference, not another empty promise, but action. And the first action everyone wants to see is simple: let Shedeur play. The NFL is ruthless. It doesn't wait for coaches to figure it out. It rewards the bold and punishes the hesitant. If Cleveland refuses to see that, they'll be left behind, and their fans won't forgive them. It's not just about the quarterback anymore. It's about everything this moment represents: change, accountability, and the courage to build around the future instead of clinging to a past that never worked. This isn't just a Brown story anymore. It's an NFL blueprint for everything franchises must do differently in the modern era. Listen to the players, listen to the culture, and stop pretending fans can't see what's happening, because they can, and the message is loud. Before we go, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more deep dive breakdowns, unfiltered NFL drama, and real conversations the mainstream won't touch. The season is about to get even crazier, and you won't want to miss a single second.